thanks in particular to Jeff and the entirely AgriTorch team. It's a great opportunity to be here and present a little bit about our work on the biological domain. I am a person that worked many years on the crop protection industry, particularly the chemical side, and now I'm fully immersed on biologicals. So my idea is to bring to you what's going on in Brazil, the proposal of our company, and also our aspects of internationalizing our company. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about what we're seeing as a breakthrough from the inoculants to the more advanced front of the biologicals. It's a changing industry very quickly, as everybody knows here. So just a little bit about us. We are an investment fund that owns the company that we call BIOTROP. It has been just a start company, and we found it. It was founded a year and a half ago, and also I'm totally integrated in this company. I'm also a soybean producer in Brazil. I have a farm, and also a grape farm, so that helps to put in practice all the things that we have. So we started in 2018 to do a lot of the paperwork and the outsourcing technology, essentially. And we put 4 criteria up front, and the criteria are: we need something that is really a cost, has efficacy, is possible to register, and it has shelf life. Okay, the size of the Brazilian market is so big, so complex in terms of logistic, that shelf life is important. If you need to refrigerate the product, if you have a 6-month shelf life, it's kind of a complicated situation to manage under that conditions. And we screened the technology. We started to build up a team, okay? And one of the most remarkable things happened to us in Thanksgiving Day of last year. We acquired a local Brazilian company who's 10 years in the market by naming Total Biotechnology. This company was fully dedicated to Bradyrhizobium and Zospirillum inoculant types, but with a very attractive pipeline of bacteria-based products. So I think that was a great acquisition and really changed the game for us. Okay, so 2 things is important that you understand about us, that we have a very large distribution system in Brazil. Our fund, Aqua Capital, is the owner of 5 different large distributors in Brazil. We don't have, like US, really large distributors, very regional, but by acquiring very large regional distributors, we're getting a very good coverage of the Brazilian market. In particular, soybean corn market is very concentrated. So we together today we're the largest distributor in Brazil. So on the other side, we acquired this company, Total Biotechnology. As I said, leading company in Brazil on inoculants, particular Bradyrhizobium Zospirillum with 26% market share. We have a facility, we know how to multiply bacteria, and in particular we have very good cost position. So we think we're very competitive in that thing. And as I said, the company has a very good library of bacteria. By being a tropical, subtropical, and the equator area, we have very rich soils in terms of life until we start to cultivate. Okay, and it's a good source to to look for bacteria, for new materials that can be developed. So as I said, we have this very good pipeline of product that's coming. We are quickly becoming the market leader in Brazil, and the most important, we're growing 43% year-over-year on our sales locally. Well, seems to be a very incredible growth, but the entire market is growing 35%. So we're slightly above the average. The Brazilian growers are changing their mentality and they're growing very quickly to adopting biologicals, very quick. Okay, for many years we didn't put a lot of attention on the bio side. Although Brazil is a leading country in terms of using inoculants. Okay. So as I said, we have exclusively bacteria that we're developing. We have a good fingerprint identification, DNA analysis of those bacteria. And they also are working a lot with botanical extract, that we believe that we can become a leading company in Brazil, and having more and more growers using our product. But most importantly, we need to speed up the technology. The differentiation is becoming very, very important. The market is growing, as I said, but obviously the competition will be increasing because a lot of small company, new startup, and even the multinationals are putting more and more eyes on this segment. So we have the plant growth promoters, bacteria that are able to interact with the plant and stimulate the growth. We have the phosphorus solubilizers that can make the phosphorus much more available. There's an issue we have in Brazil. And you remember, Brazil, by adopting a very large use of brother-resolving azospirillum, we have been able to save a lot in terms of urea, ammonia application. So that's very important to our cost in our crops. We have a product that we combine bacteria with plant extract that has been proven to be very, very good in nematicides. And the nematode problem in Brazil is a very growing problem. And besides that, we also are finding a new insecticide. We have a new bacteria that works very well as an insecticide, in particular for sucking pests, that we're also combining with botanicals. And we are preparing the next generation of biological, because we understand. Sorry about not giving a lot of detail at this stage. We're finalizing our strategy. We're working all the intellectual property related to those things. But we are very, very committed to innovate on this area, and we're heavily investing on innovation. Just to give you a quick look at the Brazilian market, we are at $11 billion chemical crop protection market. It's very close to US. It's always playing being first in the world or second, depends on the year. Okay, and we have an $800 million market for micronutrient and biostimulants. Unfortunately, this segment mix a lot the micronutrients with biostimulants, so it's difficult to really segregate completely. But I would say that the half of that is getting biostimulant market very quickly. And if you consider the biologicals only is $240 million, what's compared to the $11 billion that from the pesticide industry is almost nothing. But I can tell you it's growing very fast, as you saw the numbers, okay? And Brazil represents today 65% of the biological market of Latin America, and it's the market that's growing around 35%. So quickly you can see what's going to happen. So in our opinion, the seed coating is reaching a limit. We're adding a lot of things in seed, and the limit is there. And there are a few ways to go around. You know, you can go to in-furrow application and bring the biologicals and the botanical extract to be applied in furrow, but you be very careful. The speed of planting is extremely important, in particular for Brazilian growers, because we have 2 seasons. Okay, we planted 2 seasons in 1 season. So varieties with a short cycle and the ability to do 1 crop after another. We do soybean corn, soybean cotton. It's very common in Brazil. So the certified use rate in Brazil is very high. As you can see, corn is 92%, soybean is 71%, could be more. Few years we don't have enough seed, so growers tended to save some seed, but the majority is certified. What we have in the seed treatment today, we put in average 2.8 products, different products on seed, okay? Being fungicide, insecticide, biologicals, micronutrients. And we spend around $30 per hectare for seed treatment, what is equivalent to $11 to $12 per acre on equivalent. But 47% of the growers, they complement the treatment on farm, okay? So we do a lot of on-farm treatment, particularly for the inoculants, and we start to add a few other, particular bacillus-based product. We have a 3-way, 4-way combination of bacillus with botanic extract that's quickly gaining space on the grower's mind. The inoculants on seeds tend to be a kind of stable market. As I said, it's very mature, everybody's using, but you are going to see more and more what we call co-inoculation. In other words, we put bradyrhizobia in the zospirillum, also on soybean. And we do also in-furrow application of the, okay. So our new technologies are moving fast, as I said. We're working very hard on new formulations to allow a longer shelf life and the chemical compatibility. So we are bringing technology that's going to extend, when you treat the seed with bradyrhizobia, for example, azospirillum, is going to extend the time that the growers can be more flexible. We're combining bacillus with plant extract. That's performing very well. We have a growing pipeline of biopesticide for industrial uses and industrial seed treatment. Well, it's important to have a entirely dedicated team on biological, or people just sell biological, nothing else. And we have to maximize the synergy between plant nutrition and seed. I think in conclusion, we think the integration of the crop protection with biological is going to speed up the acceptance of the biologicals, particularly what we call continuous biomanagement, to really start to restore the health in the soil by bringing those microorganisms. The Brazilian growers will reach kind of a plateau on soybean production, for example, and we firmly believe by recovering the soil and using new biotechnology, we'll be able to move fast. Certainly the bioproducts is going also to help the chemical industry by extending the life. We're seeing more and more resistance, particularly under the tropical conditions. And the environmental practices, the consumer demand, everything is speeding up. And it's amazing how the growers are attentive to this side. We also are planning to expand our operation. We are in Argentina and Paraguay already, moving to Colombia and Peru, and we are also looking for a partnership, a cooperation with a company in the US in order to exchange technology and bring our products to the US market also. And finally, I'm trying to be bold here and say that today the chemicals are the rule. Okay, everybody managing a farm goes with biologicals. I'm a farmer also, as I said, and the biologicals are exception. But it's amazing how technology is evolving, and not only based on what we have today, but based on what we're going to have in 10 years, I would say that the biological is going to gain an incredible relevance. And it's time to really embrace this technology, make it different. And we firmly believe, and the proposal of our company, BIOTROP, is to becoming a leading player in the biologicals in the Americas. Okay? So thank you for your patience. Thank you.